Welcome back, everyone, to Before the Mic. I'm Lise. I'm your host, the only host, because, it's about my music. That makes sense. And today we're gonna be talking about my song "Emotional." I wasn't gonna do it now, but at the time of this recording, I'm already in the middle of recording tons of content and promoting this song, so I figured, why not? Perfect time to do it. I'm already in the zone. Also this time, if you're listening and you're not watching, I'm wearing my contacts this time so I can read my notes better and the lyrics. So hopefully this will be a lot smoother. If you listened to Bitter Rain, that was my first one that I did. All right. A little bit about Emotional. Before I get emotional. Sorry, that was just a corny joke. So when we made Emotional, when I made it with Ty, we had decided we really wanted to do a club song. There was this summer club around the corner from us. They had just opened up and they really wanted us to perform. And I had no dance music, couple. I Favorite Color. Favorite Color already came out. And I have some that are, more energetic, but like nothing that was really like oons, oons, oons. So we decided to make an EDM dance song, club song. But when I was writing, I really didn't want to make a song written about dancing. No hate, because I love a song about dancing. I love all the songs about dancing. That's my ish. But I can't believe I just said that. But I wanted to do something different because I think so many thousands and thousands of artists have already written dance songs about dancing. Thinking about Lady Gaga, because she's amazing. So I wanted to challenge myself with what I was writing about. I can't 100% remember my mindset at the time of writing. I don't know if there was something that happened, something specific that I was like, I'm feeling kind of like emotional. But somehow I got to the fact that I wanted to write a song that showed emotional people in a positive light, while also being a little risque, if you can tell. Not outwardly, but like you can tell. You can tell when you listen to the lyrics. I wanted a song that you could, dance to when you're feeling yourself, with your friends, by yourself, with someone else. Wink, wink. But also, had a good message for people. So before we dive into the lyrics, first I should say I might try and do it a little differently this time. The setup. I'm still gonna be like deep diving, of course, into lyrics. That's the whole point of this podcast. But maybe I won't get into every single lyric. Every once in a while I will. But maybe I'll do more of a overview of each verse. I think I kind of did that last time, but it might be different. Just testing the waters. So before we get into it, let's listen to Emotional, and we'll be back.
Talking about my nightmares, why the hell do I care? Learn to take emotion in like smoking for my soul. Feel excitement like a rush, let it hit me like a flood. Body pulsing, dopamine is flowing. I can't hold it in, feel it all seeping. I love you deeply, my drug is feeling. Are you ready to handle it? Trust me, I'll show you what emotion is. What emotion is. What emotion is. What emotion
right, and we're back. Hope you liked the song. Hope you listened to the lyrics. If you're on Spotify, I believe, which that's where you'd be listening to this if you're not watching it on YouTube. The lyrics should be on there, so you can read them at the same time. I don't know though. Possibly not. But either way, we'll get into it. Okay. So as I said, before we listened, this song is about emotional people. It's a positive spin on emotional people because I think when we think of emotional, you're like, oh my god, like she's so emotional. Like stop crying all the time. Stop like taking everything too seriously, too far. Everything's just so dramatic. But guess what? Emotions aren't just sadness. If you didn't know. So I wanted to pull that all into this song, make it happier because I'm an emotional person. I do cry a lot, especially when I'm watching like ads. Have you ever seen commercials? Like the commercial, I forget what one it is, but it's a grandpa and his son, and they're sitting at the end of a dock because the grandpa, for some reason, could not fish with his grandson, but now that he's taking this medication, he can. And it's the sweetest thing ever. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah, let's dive in. As I say, every single other line. First verse. Talking about my nightmares. Why the hell do I care? Learn to take emotion in like smoking for my soul. Feel excitement like a rush. Let it hit me like a flood. Body pulsing. Dopamine is flowing. All right. Well, first, I want to do a little shout out. That first little bit about the nightmares. If you haven't listened to my music, and this isn't like a direct correlation, I don't know, with the lyrics, but that is a little throwback to my song Pink Creatures because it's talking about monsters under the bed and demons under the bed and monsters in the corner and all that nightmares, scary stuff, anxiety inducing fears. So that's how I started off, just a little throwback to that song. And then, of course, goes into the emotion of that song and the emotions of nightmares and all that. Taking that in, like smoking for my soul. I don't want to get too into it because I don't know what the requirements are for talking about different inappropriate thing. I don't know, what is that called? Inappropriate. I don't want to get too into it. I think we all know what that means. Take emotion in, like smoking for my soul. I won't specifically say it. I'm not trying to get flagged or anything. And then the end of that. Okay, so throughout this whole song, it's kind of an innuendo. Some of it's just like purely positive about emotional people and about being emotional. But then, because it's a dance song, weave in some of that innuendo. So feel excitement like a rush. It can mean two different things. But I hope my mom's not listening to this. But just letting I guess in this case it's really about like attraction. And I think when I was writing this, I was like picturing myself at this little club, a summer club, feeling cute, feeling fun. And you see that person across the way, someone you don't know, maybe your boyfriend, anyone, someone that you're attracted to, and that you're kind of just like, oh my god, like you can get like those goosebumps, or maybe like your face gets heated. And then just like that whole emotion, that feeling of just like being attracted, that you're both attracted to each other, and kind of flirting, maybe with your eyes, flutter, 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 if you can't see me, or just actually flirting. And that kind of just hits you. Some people are like, oh yeah, like it is what it is. But some people, like me, like that's just kind of, it's a rush. It really is. So going on from that, we have the second verse and the pre-chorus. So I can't hold it in, feel it all seeping. I love you deeply, my drug is feeling. Are you ready to handle it? Trust me, I'll show you what emotion is. What emotion is, what emotion is, what emotion is. we're not going to explain the pre-chorus. I think we all know what those words mean. But that second verse, it's a continuation of those butterflies from the first verse. And again, this can be anyone that you're attracted to, someone that you've been with for years, because, it's not just romantic the first time you meet someone. It can be romantic and fun and exciting years in. That was in the back of my head while I was writing this also. It's just saying that if you're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you. We both know this. This is mutual. And I'm just gonna go for it. Especially if you're flirting, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm hoping you shoot your shot, because I'm never the first one to shoot the shot. But yeah, if this goes on, I'll love you deeply. You'll get all that emotion. And it's just gonna be exciting. It's gonna be like, this is my drug. This is every single thing that I feel. I make it almost, you make it into a movie, maybe. Some people think that's negative, but guess what? If you're that person in the other side of this, you're lucky. If you get all that, you're lucky. If you have someone that's like gonna make every single moment of life exciting, and even this little like back and forth, I feel like that's way more fun than if we're just like, oh yeah, you're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you. Yeah, let's go out. So you're lucky to have that. It's not just someone crying all the time. But I'm going off on tangents. But at the end of that, it's, are you ready to handle it? Just a warning. Better be ready. Because my emotions are a roller coaster. This might be a roller coaster, but it's gonna be fun. And yeah, I'll show you. Here we have the chorus, and it goes, oh. I hate reading this out loud. Been like this since I was 10 years old. Feel deeply in my bones, a little emotional. Your words make me bold. A warning when you take me home. Might make me lose control. Getting emotional. So of course that first line, okay, when I was writing this, how do you guys spell AA? Because I know there's like EH, but sometimes when I see that, I say not AA. So I said AY. It's difficult, guys. It's a difficult life. But yeah, so the chorus is more of a, it starts off with that little backstory. Like, I've been like this for a very, very long time. I mean, if you're emotional, you've probably been like that your whole life, but some people don't notice that until, you're in elementary school. You're like, I'm getting very emotional about everything. Like, I don't even know. I can't even give an example. But I feel like that's the age, like 10 years old roughly, is the age when you like finally self-actualize. Is that what it is? Self-actualizing? You're realizing that you're a human being. At least that was for me. I was finally like, wow, I have my own body, I have my own thoughts. Just such a weird thing to say, but I feel like I've heard someone else say this. You're not just like in someone else's life. Like, you have your own feelings. You are in charge of you. And I feel like that's when you learn about yourself. You start learning about yourself a little bit more. But yeah, so I wanted to start it off with that. Start off the chorus with that. And guess what? I've been like this for a very long time. You're not going to change it. I've always been this way. I feel everything deep down, like every little tear, every little laugh, everything is just, enjoyable. I feel that immensely. Making some weird hand gestures right now. And then like fast forward, you grow up into, the different feelings that you can have when you get older. Wink, wink. And saying just like, hey, again, warning, if you take me home, I'm gonna get emotional. In a good way. So get ready, be lucky. Is any of this making sense? Because in my head, it's making sense. And I feel like when you're writing lyrics, I can condense all of these things that I'm saying. I'm condensing all of these words into just one. It's like one entity. If that's weird. But when you write and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to write about. And then I'm like, this just makes sense together. And then I read it out loud. And I feel like I'm just all over the place. But hopefully it makes sense. And, or you just get to see inside my brain when I write. There's a lot going on. Third verse. Honestly, oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. This might be a bridge. I feel like it's a bridge. You know when you write, you don't really you kind of think about it, but then you're like, So, other songwriters don't hate me for not knowing my own stuff. But it goes, feel that anger only makes me stronger. I feel like I should do this in spoken word, but I can't do that. Feel that anger only makes me stronger. Happiness makes me 10 years younger. Take it in like I don't have much longer. Can you love someone who's emotional? So this kind of, we go into the specific details and the specific moments in the other lyrics in the other verse or the verses. And then this is kind of more of that broad, like, I've been like this forever. And I realize now with my emotions that when I feel angry, I feel stronger, if that makes sense. And then like happiness, like I feel so young when I'm happy because they always say like, as you grow up, you should be laughing, you should be using your brain, you should be smiling, because if you're not doing all those things, you age quicker, I think. I mean, this is not scientific. I just feel like that's what you hear a lot. It's like, you gotta laugh, you gotta have fun, or you're gonna feel older, you're gonna feel miserable, you're gonna feel like you're aging. And when you're happy, I'm happy a lot of the times. I'm so happy. And I feel like I'm younger. I mean, at this point, if I was 10 years younger, I'd be 13, which I don't want to be. But, I feel like I really, as the song ages, that'll age better. It'll age well. Because then I'll be like 43, and I'm like, oh my God, 33 inside because of my happiness. So, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. And then, of course, the third line, take it in like I don't have much longer, because not to get sad, it's a sad line kind of covered up by a fun melody, a fun beat. But, I think a lot of us, if you're like me, you have this thought and fear every single day. I don't want to get into that because that's just not fun. But, and we never know. We're human beings. You have no idea when your life is going to end. It could be when you're 95, hopefully, or something else. And I feel like that's horrible to think about, but when you think about it, I think it makes you more appreciative of the time that you have and of the feelings that you can have, the emotions that you can go through. I think being sad, you're more appreciative of being sad, being mad, being excited, all of it. Yeah, kind of sad, but we're getting away from that. And then, of course, that last line, just a big question. Can you love someone who's emotional? You better. And then, of course, we go back in to the chorus. Very quick. There's not a lot of lyrics here, but it is what it is. It's more of a dance, dance song. But again, like to wrap it all up into a big, messy bow. Yeah, the main point was to make a statement about emotional people, because we get a bad rap, and everyone thinks that you cry a lot. But guess what? You have many other emotions that we feel very highly, and you're lucky if you get to experience that. Let's be nicer to emotional people. Let's be nice to ourselves for being emotional, because guess what? It's a gift. It's if you saw my TikTok, it's a gift, not a hindrance. because you make every moment more colorful in life. You make the moments that you're sad, instead of being gray, you make it blue. When you're angry, it's not just like again, not gray, it's red. When you're excited, you can pink, yellow, blue, all of these emotions at once. One big moving picture of just color. If I can give you a picture, if you ever seen like those really popular backgrounds for Instagram screens, in the background it's just like beautiful blend of all these colors. That's what I picture. And yeah. I hope that made sense. I hope you understand the song a little bit more other than just like a dancey vibe. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope this helps, or I hope that this helps you understand my writing a little bit more. I think it helps me understand my own writing more, or it just makes me more confused. It might be that. Oh my gosh, wait. That's embarrassing. Sorry if you're listening. I just got my hair dyed yesterday, and I still have hair dye on my ears, and I'm showing my ear to keep it hidden. But anyway, yeah, if you have any more questions about this song, about any of the other songs that I do, please hit me up, because I honestly, there's so much that goes through my head when I do this, and when I'm talking out loud, that I might forget some parts, which will make me so mad, but it's okay. I just hope that you enjoy this, and again, like, you can hit me up you can email me any questions. It's leasemusic@gmail.com. You can hit me up in my YouTube comments. I think I'll have them turned on. You can DM me on Instagram. But yeah, let me know and tell me what you think about the song. Just please be, kind of nice. Because it's one of my babies, like all my other songs. But yeah. Let's see how many times Lise can say yeah in one podcast. Okay, so if you don't already follow me, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at itsleasemusic.com. Oh my god. At itsleasemusic. Alright. Thanks for listening. I will talk to you guys soon about another song. Peace out.